My name is Daniela. A story of love, loss, and choosing myself. My name is Daniela, and this is my story. I live in a small coastal town called Brighton Bay, not far from New York City. It's a quiet place, calm streets, cozy cafes, and the sound of the ocean never too far away. I'm 29 years old, and I work as a receptionist at a small hotel near the beach. My life was simple. Some might even call it boring, but I liked it. I had a few close friends, a small apartment, and a routine that felt safe. After a few painful relationships in the past, I had decided I wasn't looking for love anymore. Being alone felt easier than being hurt again. But life has a way of changing things when you least expect it. That's when Michael walked into my world. Michael came to the hotel on a business trip. He was different from most guests, calm, polite, a little tired. He had soft eyes, a gentle smile, and a quiet way of speaking. When I checked him in, he thanked me in a way that felt personal. I noticed the way he looked at me, not in a wrong way, just kind. I smiled back without even realizing it. The next morning, he came to the lobby asking for directions around town. I told him where to find the best coffee, which part of the beach was quiet, and which seafood restaurant the locals loved. He listened, really listened, and I liked that. He stayed for 2 weeks. Every evening after work, he would come to the lobby and we'd talk. Sometimes we walked along the beach. Other nights, we sat near the lighthouse talking about life, books, music, and dreams. He told me about the stress of his job in the city. I told him about my quiet life by the sea. With him, I felt comfortable. I felt seen. One night, under a sky full of stars, he turned to me and said, "Being with you feels like peace." That was the moment I started falling for him. When his trip ended, he left Brighton Bay, but not my life. We stayed in touch. Messages every day. Long phone calls every night. I missed him more than I expected. A month later, he came back. This time, he rented a small house near the harbor and asked me to visit. We cooked together, listened to music, and danced in the kitchen. It felt natural, like we had known each other forever. I felt lucky, until one evening, when everything changed. We were sitting on the couch, drinking tea, when he suddenly grew serious. "Daniela, I need to tell you something." My heart started racing. "I'm married," he said quietly. "I have 2 children." I froze. My hands felt cold. I couldn't speak. He told me his marriage wasn't good anymore, that he stayed only for the children. He sounded sad, but my mind was spinning. I walked outside, listening to the ocean waves, trying not to cry. "I understand if you don't want to see me again," he said. I nodded and walked home. That night, I didn't sleep. I was angry, hurt, confused. But I also missed him. A week later, I saw him again. I told him how much he had hurt me. He didn't defend himself. He only said, "I care about you." And I stayed. I knew it was wrong. I knew I was becoming the other woman. But I wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe this was temporary, that one day he would choose me. So we continued in secret. He visited once or twice a month. We never went out in public. No photos. No future plans. Just quiet moments behind closed doors. He made me feel special. But deep inside, I knew the truth. I wasn't his first choice. Slowly, My world became smaller. I stopped seeing friends. I waited for his messages. I planned my life around his visits. I asked myself over and over, is this love, or am I just lost? One night, after he left, I sat by the window watching the rain and asked myself a painful question. What am I doing with my life? I wanted more. A home. A future. Someone who chose me every day. That's when I realized I deserved better. With the help of my friend Nina, I found the courage to speak up. The next time Michael visited, I told him I couldn't keep living in his shadow. I love you, I said, but I need a real life. When I asked him to choose me, he couldn't, and that was my answer. After he left, I didn't call. I didn't text. I walked the beach every morning. I wrote in a notebook every night. Slowly, I found myself again. Months later, I met David, quiet, patient, kind. He didn't rush me. He didn't hide me. He walked beside me in the daylight. For the first time in a long time, love didn't hurt. It felt safe. Looking back, I don't regret my past. It taught me something important. Love without respect is not enough. Waiting for someone who can't choose you only brings pain. And real peace comes from choosing yourself. Today, I have peace. I have hope. And I have a love that doesn't hide me. And that is the love I truly deserve.